Listen to this guy.
All right, this meeting of Philadelphia State Council, I come to order. For the place to stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Mr. Walker.
Bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for this beautiful weather. We pray for those that are maybe less fortunate and don't have the comfort of air conditioning during these heat waves. Just keep them safe and cool. And those that are out there working in these conditions, just keep them safe also. Pray for this city and the residents. Pray for this council as we have discussion and make decisions and fellowship through this time. Just have our thoughts and words come through you. We pray all of this in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll start with roll call.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Here.
Mr. Lanzer.
Here.
Mrs. Ramos. Here. Mr. Rippett.
Present.
Mr. Sears.
Here.
Mr. Simmelink. Mr. Walker.
Here.
All right, let me know that Mr. Simon is excused for tonight's meeting. The agenda. Everybody had a chance to review the agenda. Do you have any additions to the agenda? There are none, and try to motion to approve.
So moved, Mr. President.
Mr. Walker, thank you. Second. Discussion by administration. Council,
Who was the second?
Mr. Walker.
Okay.
Roll call.
Mr. Rippett.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Lanzer.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes. All right, agenda has been approved. Minutes, everybody had a chance to review the minutes from our last council meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? Here none, entertain a motion to approve. Mr.
So moved.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Cromwell, second. In discussion by administration, council, roll call.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Lanzer.
Yes.
Mr. Rippett.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Minutes have been approved. Correspondence, Ms. Courtwright.
To council and administration from Executive Administrative Assistant to the Mayor Jamie Bailey dated June 1st, 2026. This is the Mayor's Month-End Report. To council and administration from Carly Luce with the Income Tax Department dated June 1st, 2026. This is the May Month-End Report. To council and administration from Danielle DiMatteo with the Auditor's Office dated June 4th, 2026. This is the May month-end report. To council and administration from Treasurer Campbell dated June 7th, 2026. This is the Treasurer's Report for May. To council and administration from Mayor Day dated June 8th, 2026, the Mayor's Report. And that concludes correspondence for this evening.
All right, thank you, Ms. Courtwright. Okay, we're moving to our administrative reports. First up, Mayor Day.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council members, fellow administrators, and guests. Wasn't it great to find out yesterday that we are a city of champions?
Yes.
Yes. Coach Jeremy Rogers, if you haven't heard, Coach Jeremy Rogers and the New Philadelphia Quakers boys track and field team captured the Division II state title over the weekend. The Quakers' achievement was powered by individual efforts from Wyatt London, who won the 1,600-meter state championship, and Marcus Adelman, who won the 3,200-meter state title. The parents, coaches, and teachers of the team members also need to be recognized by all of us for the support and encouragement that they gave the kids to pursue excellence. And Mr. President, I would ask that the coaches and the team be invited to a future city council meeting
Yes.
so we can publicly recognize them for making New Philadelphia a city of champions. Wow. Is this the first team state title the boys track team has won?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
it
is?
was, and they were all, Marcus and Wyatt were the first individual champions, and it was our first state champion. I think it was in 111 years. We had like a 4x4 win. It was like It's been over, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, long time.
It was some crazy stat that,
Yeah.
yeah, so first ever individual state champions and team title, yep.
Yeah, but boy, what an achievement. What an achievement, fantastic. Also want to tell you that City Code Administrator Josh Mathias has informed me that work began today to replace the roof on the Broadway Brewhouse building. Now, in the process, cranes are going to be used from time to time on the project, so expect areas of South Broadway to be temporarily blocked from traffic when necessary. And also, the sidewalk in front of the Brewhouse will remain closed while the work is being done. If you remember, the roof was damaged during a windstorm in March. And finally, I want to also remind you that ODOT District 11 has scheduled another open house to gather more public input on the redesign of the I-77 US 250 State Route 39 interchange on West High Avenue. The open house will be held on Tuesday, June 30th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Buckeye Career Center's Joe Carlisle Cafe. Public feedback on the proposed improvements will help shape ODOT's alternatives evaluation report, which is required to finalize the project's design. If you remember, a similar open house was held in the same location last December. So that's an important thing to attend if your schedules permit. Any questions?
Any questions for the mayor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Day. Next up, Service Director, Mr. McAbeer.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. Approximately 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, the bids go out for salt. We usually receive them back. Last week, we was notified that we were one of 18 counties that was not bid. So that's everybody in Tuscarawas County is concerned about where we will be with the salt. Now, after talking with ODOT, they will rebid it, hoping they get something from the 18 counties. It's the first time since I've had this position in 11 years that I've never seen anybody bid our counties, which we got involved in it because it's bid statewide through ODOT, so we got the best prices. It will go out to rebid. I did ask ODOT of what those prices was, so I kind of see where we might be in, so we're not in complete shock when we do get those, but I have not received an email back. So us with a lot of other counties and local municipalities within those counties are concerned with that. I just wanted to make everybody aware that it will be rebid, and if, once I do find something out, I'll make sure everybody is made aware of that. Because again, with, it was Holmes County locally here, it was Carroll, it was like I say, 18 counties total right in this area, and then just again, all the municipalities that is covered is very concerning to most of us, as it should be. Also, last week we was, the OPWC had an infrastructure grant that was out there. Be the third time I've seen it rolled out, about the last 12 or 14 years. We put in for it on a project, a water line project out on Park Avenue that has 2-inch line out there. We're gonna upgrade it to 6-inch. Received a letter last week that we was awarded a grant for $299,000 through OPWC. So that'll definitely help the water department and also help that area with fire protection. So we got that working for. I'm sure we'll probably work into that next year. Also, I had reported last meeting that the street department worked on the new patching stuff that they brought up through South Broadway. They did go on the Mill Avenue, I guess you'd say on the east side, the 3 westbound lanes, they did that too. We're gonna see how that holds up. So it's a new product. We went through all the product that we had ordered. If it works out, they did say there's a chance of us getting some more this year. So we're holding out hope that that we do, that it does product. Right now it looks terrific. It's better than patch that we've been putting in there for years. So there's hope with that product, and we hope that it stays in there. And then also, as I've said a couple meetings before, is waiting on that gazebo. Well, finally, the crane is scheduled for Wednesday. You see some of the parts and pieces that are up there now, sitting there. So they're supposed to start erecting that on Wednesday. Same way with what the mayor talked about with some closures, there may be some closures during that time for the boom swinging and that to get it set. So just be aware of that on Wednesday. He says 10-ish, I'm thinking more like 9 because with the stuff sitting there, to maneuver it up there. So anywhere between 9 and 2, just be wary of that and stay, so we think right now where we may just close it down. We're not exactly sure which way we're gonna address it, but, just be careful of that, that area for a little bit. That's my report.
Brian, any questions? Yes, Ms. Ramos.
Do you have a target or projected date for the square to be finished?
Well, I think the mayor said many times that, we're looking at middle of August.
Okay, I get questions about that,
Yeah.
so, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah. Brian, thank you, Mr. McAfee. Next up, be the auditor,
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Denham.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to give an update on our income tax collections. I think a lot of you saw that whenever Carly submitted her month-end reports, that we were down again compared to last year. So from January through the end of May, we are down about $211,000 compared to last year. She did, her software isn't so sophisticated that we could just spit out a lot of reports, but it does appear that the individual returns are down about $18,000, and the business returns and the business accounts are down about $300,000 compared to last year. Our withholding for January through the end of May is actually up $102,000. So this may be due to, one of the possibilities could be that we're just not receiving as many estimated payments with the extension requests on business tax returns. And that may either be a business is forecasting a loss this year, or they're just taking their chances and, you know, if they owe something, they'll pay in October. Those extensions usually go through October. So unfortunately, it'll be October probably before we realize, you know, if that's going to catch up or if we are going to be down. But then I wanted to give an update on the unclaimed funds. The cash balance at this time is $52,963,000 in that fund. Once we compiled all of the unclaimed funds lists into one list, our current unclaimed funds that we need to keep is $30,033.29. So we will be able to transfer $22,930.40 to the general fund. And those checks that we have to keep are the ones that are dated from 2021 through 2025. So that balance of $22,000 that we can transfer is basically unclaimed checks from prior to 2021. And we currently have $20,000 appropriated for transferring and reissuing checks. So I will need to request additional appropriations before we can make that transfer. So I will probably be asking for a finance meeting, next council meeting, so that we can get those appropriations. And I have additional appropriations that we'll need to do anyway, so hopefully we can get a resolution or ordinance with several different appropriations on there, including this unclaimed funds. And in my report, President.
Any questions? All right, thank you, Mr. Denham. Treasurer,
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr. President.
Campbell.
Thank you. So the May end of month shows, I kind of rearranged the report a little bit. I'm not sure if it makes sense. Let me know if you would like for me to change it. Revenue was $2,555,000. Expenses was $3,132,000 with a net loss of $577,000. Year to date, we're at $15,208,000 revenue. Expenses was $13,461,000 for a profit of $1,748,000. And that was the revenue and expenses for the month and year to date. And then the investment and savings report for May shows the checking account balances at $6,200,000. Last year, we had $6,773,000, which is a difference of $570,000 less in our checking accounts than last year. Our investment portfolio had a total of $7,194,000. So with the deposit accounts and the investment portfolio, we have $13,398,000. The monthly interest was $35,000. Last year it was $17,000. Year-to-date interest is $146,000 which we have $86,000 more in interest income than we had over last year. And then the fund balances are detailed out by general fund, special revenue fund, debt service funds, capital project funds, enterprise funds, and fiduciary funds. The total of those funds by category is $13,062,000. Last year, we were at $12,415,000, so we have $647,000 more in funds than last year. And then on the second page, that's why I tried to rearrange the report, and I realized that there's a formula that kind of goes down at the bottom, so I might have to change it again. But the goal was to get the debt service schedule on the second page by itself because the font was way too small before. So as of now, I believe I have most of the debt. If you think I'm missing something, please kind of check my work. But right now, we have $7,825,000 in debt as of May 31st. The debt schedule shows, I tried to categorize them by services, airport, safety forces, and listing the fund it comes out of, the interest rate, when it matures, what the original loan amount was, the number of years in term, and then when it started. And then the number of payments per year and what the annual payments are. So we have, right now, we have $592,000 in annual debt payments for this $7.8 million in debt. I have 3 lines highlighted, which will account for, I have highlighted all the way over to the right, the original loan amount, which is what I've been told, like for the airport, additional hangar is about $600,000, so I added that there. The rescue truck, summer of 2027, I believe that funding needs to be secured and ready to go September of 26. That's $1.5 million, and the SWAT vehicle is, our portion is $191,000. I don't have the rest of the information yet. We're still working on the funding for that, as far as I know. That's the end of my reports.
All right. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All Director Murphy.
Thank you. I just want to recognize the outstanding work that our young people did in capturing the state championship the other day. That was something I didn't think I would see in my lifetime, a state championship team from New Philadelphia. When I was growing up, the best example we had was the 1940 state championship basketball team that Leo Benjamin, who had been mayor here, played on. And when I was in high school, that was about 50 years in our past. And that was the closest that I had to look to. We were always a city that came close. We were always a community that came close to it. When I was in elementary school, we got out of school early to go watch the baseball team, and we had a great run. When a few years back, we went down to watch our girls' basketball team, who made it to the Final Four, and was just a phenomenal team, and just fell just short of capturing that title. So to see us break through and capture a title like that was just fascinating to watch. I kept checking my phone all day yesterday and watching it, and you saw that, Mark Saddleman wins the first place in the 3,200. Wyatt Linden wins first place in the 1,600. And you're watching that, but I never anticipated that our team would. And there were so many links in that chain, so many things that had to happen. So the rest of the team did such an exceptional job. And I want to put this in context for you. We were Division II state champions, and our biggest competition down there is the team that we tied our co-champions with. They had an athlete on their team that is a number one recruit at Ohio State, is going there on a full ride scholarship as wide receiver. He won 3 first places, the 100, the 200, and 4x100 over the weekend. And he is the 4th overall wide receiver recruit in the nation, and he's the 26th overall recruit for football players in the nation. That's who we were competing against. That's who those New Philadelphia Quakers were up against. And like I said, I didn't have those examples when I was a kid growing up. So you better believe I took my son, who is a track athlete and just finished middle school. I took him up there when that team came in to see them. And I made it a point to approach Wyatt Linden and Marcus Adelman and introduce myself and introduce my son. And Wyatt Linden said to my son, he goes, "Oh, no," he says, "You're Buddy Fate." He said, I've seen you run before. He says, "You're pretty tough." He said, "I'm anxious to see what you do in high school." My son was just beaming from ear to ear to think that somebody like that knew who he was. Somebody that's a senior knew who an 8th grader was. And I wanted him to see that as an example. But the thing that struck me the most about these young men, and just talking to these two, who I think are an example of the whole team, is the caliber of young men they are. These guys were kind. They were gentlemen. They were humble in the face of doing something that hasn't been done here since 1940. And they're also incredibly intelligent. I was talking to them, asking them, "What do you got going on next?" And Wyatt Linden's going to NYU. Mark Saddleman's going to Brown University. So they're not just outstanding as athletes. They're outstanding in the classroom. They're outstanding as individual people. And they are, that whole team is a credit to their parents, to their community, to their school, and to themselves. And I'm really looking forward to the mayor. I'm so glad that the mayor is going to have them in here, because what an outstanding group of young men that we have there to do that. Same way with the coaches, and to see that, like I said, I didn't think I'd see that in my lifetime, so it was really, really something special to see, and I'm glad that I could have my son say, "See, these kids grew up just like you did. They went to the same school that you did. They trained on the same streets that you did. They got straight A's, and you can do that too, and you can go to a great school like they're going to." And so it was just a unique experience, and just wanted to recognize them and their families and their coaches for what an outstanding job they did. It was very, very impressive, and I wanted to make sure they understood how hard it was to do what they did. That's all I have to say.
All right. Great job. They did do a great job. All right, we went to board commission reports. Planning Commission, Mayor Day.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Planning Commission will be meeting here in council chambers tomorrow at 1 o'clock. As I indicated in my mayor's report, one of the discussions we'll have will be auctioning the old canal land that the city owns on Commercial Avenue Southwest and Southeast. And also will be, there's a business owner on Commercial Avenue who wants to discuss a new use for a building that they have there, and they requested to come before the Planning Commission to explain that. So we'll also have that on our agenda for tomorrow.
All right. Board has none appeals, Mr. McAbeer.
Thank you, Mr. President. With no variance requests to be heard, there will be no meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. here in council chambers.
All right. Airport Commission, Mr. Alonso.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Airport Commission will be meeting tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. at the Eric Lever Field Airport.
All right. Park Board, Mr. Sears.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Park Board will be meeting Wednesday, June 17th at noon at the Park Place Pavilion.
All right. Health Board, I know Thompson. Nicole,
We will be meeting Wednesday at noon here in council.
good. All right. Council Committee reports, Finance, Mr.
Thank you,
Rubin.
Mr. President. I have no report tonight.
All right. Public Works and Economic Development, Mr. Alonso.
Thank you, Mr. President. No reports this evening.
All right, Zone and Annexation, Mrs. Ramos.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report.
It's a good night here. Let's see, celebrate Mr. Granville.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report.
All right, Cemetery, Mr. Sears.
Thank you, Mr. President. There will be no cemetery meeting for June.
All right. And last but not least, Conduct and Special, Mr. Walker.
I'll keep it going. Thank you, Mr. President. No report this evening.
All right. Business comments, for any visitors that wish to comment this evening. All right, council comments. Yes, Mr. Granville.
Anybody knows me knows I'm a track nerd, so I won't get too deep into it, or we might be here till like 9. But I just want to echo what they've already said. Me and my son were there this weekend, and it was just awesome. And this entire group is amazing, and I just want to add on the other placers. I think it's important we give them some recognition. Jackson Rice, who got 3rd in the high jump, Mitchell Miller, who got 7th in the high jump, Kate Jones, who was 5th in pole vault, the 4x8, who was 4th, that was Wyatt, Alec Adelman, Kevin Smith, and Kyle Bieber, and then Alec Adelman also got 4th in the mile, just so everybody knows how we got to those magic 41 points. And also, just so everybody's aware, there's a celebration at the stadium, 4 o'clock on Friday, for the track team. So anybody that can get out there, please try to do that. No matter what sport, we would all be excited for New Philly to bring home the state title. For me, I'm like ecstatic because, again, it's been a sport that I love and a sport I did for 10 years. And my son, who he's so blessed to be a freshman on this team and get to be under the people that Marvin just talked about. They are unbelievable kids, and it goes all the way to Kate Jones from pole vault to Mitchell and Jackson. My son was with them all this weekend, and they're just all great to the little nerdy freshmen. And so they've been great to him and great kids. I just hope anybody that can be out there, it's the first one since 1940. And I hope you guys can come out to the celebration Friday at 4 o'clock at the stadium.
All right.
And that is it.
Any other council comments?
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yes,
I just throw out, since we're doing New Philly stuff, New Philadelphia Chorale will be singing at the Guardians game Sunday afternoon during the 7th inning stretch, so.
Anyone else? I read legislative agenda, Mrs. Courtwright. Ms. Courtwright now.
Yes. Ordinance number 4, 2026, an ordinance by the council of the city of New Philadelphia, Ohio, amending the traffic code to prohibit overtaking the passing upon the right in a specified area during restricted hours on school days for safety reasons and declaring an emergency, 3rd reading.
Is there any act for taking this ordinance tonight? Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Mr. President, I ask that we pass ordinance number 4, 2026.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. Any discussion by the public, administration, council, roll call.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Lonzer.
Yes.
Mr. Rippeth.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 4, 2026, as passed.
Ordinance number 10, 2026, an ordinance by the council of the city of New Philadelphia, Ohio, to amend ordinance 703.03C with regards to the cost of the garage sale permit fee and declaring an emergency, 3rd reading.
So the act for taking this ordinance tonight, Mr. Walker.
Yes, Mr. President, I ask that we pass ordinance 10, 2026 this evening.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos, okay, thank you. Any discussion by the administration, public, council, roll call.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mrs. Ramos.
Yes.
Mr. Kreinbell.
Yes.
Mr. Lonzer.
Yes.
Mr. Rippeth.
Yes.
Mr. Sears.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 10, 2026 is passed.
That includes legislation
Wow,
for this
all
evening.
right. Is there any finished your old business tonight? Any new business for council? All right, Mr. Lonzo, I entertain a motion
So moved, Mr.
to
President.
adjourn.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, all right. Thank you, everyone.
You waited.